We look into the first part of this presentation, which is summary. Getting back to work, especially after you are retired, might be a huge challenge in your life. Looking into this, a 70 years old man who I order, Ben Whitaker, grabs the opportunity to become a senior intern at an online fashion company that just been established last a year. About the fit, he made this decision because he is feeling bored with his life after retirement and not finding joy in his life after losing his wife. Ben soon becomes popular among his younger co-workers, including Jules Austin, the boss and CEO of the company. Despite his good personality, is he able to survive in the company and develop a long-lasting relationship with them in the state of his old age? This movie able to answer this question. The Intern is an American movie released in 2015. This movie starring Robert De Niro as Ben Whitaker and Annie Hathaway as CEO of About the Fit, Jules Austin as the main characters. There are a lot of significant support characters in this movie, such as Anders Holm as Matt Austin, Adam Devine as Jason, and Andrew Lannis as Cameron. The genre of this movie is comedy drama and related to work surrounding an environment. This film directed, written, and produced by Nancy Meyers. The Intern was released on 25th September 2015 by Warner Bros. It became box office movie with success to gain revenue about $194.6 million worldwide.
Topic that relate to the film The Intern is personality and value. Definition of personality for our purpose is think of personality as the sum of ways in which an individual react to and interact with others. The most often describe personality in terms of the measurable traits a person exhibit. That's also about the inner characteristic of personality, specific that's quality, attribute, trait, factor, and mannerism that distinguish one individual from other individual. Personalities are likely to influence the individual product and store choice. They also affect the way consumer respond to a firm's communication effort. Based on the film that's The Intern, we can see Ben Whitaker as the main character working as a senior intern at an online clothing fashion company. Ben have an excellent personality, makes many people every people happy to chat with him. For example, like Davis, Jason, and Justin, who are Ben's intern's friend, who are very happy to voice their opinion with Ben, and Ben always have the solve of every problem they had. They always support each other to do something that's make they have the good environment in work. This is why having a good personality is very important to everyone, so that others find it easier to communicate and exchange opinion despite different age and level. Ben is also a good advisor and often give tips and motivation to his friend. For example, he often advised Jules, that's the CEO of the company, to always be calm in doing everything. Jules is very busy and committed person with every job she do, so she doesn't have enough sleep. At first, Jules did not like Ben because he was too observant in everything he did. But after a long acquaintance, just find it easier to communicate with Ben and share about the problem and she is facing about work or privacy problem. Thank you.
And now I will continue the second topic related to the movie, which is movie in The Intern. Second topic is motivation concept. Motivation defined as the process that account for an individual intensity, direction, and persistence of effort to attaining a goal. So in this movie, the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of need theories, which there is a hierarchy of 5 needs which contain in every human being. So 2 of the needs was applied in the movie, which is self-esteem and self-actualization. Esteem, a type of motivation which comes from such status, recognition, and attention. And self-actualization is motivation which drives people to become what they are capable of, including growth, achieving their potential, and self-fulfillment. So in this movie, Jules, who is the CEO of the company, believes that positive things should be celebrated. For example, in this movie, there is a situation where the firm got 2,500 likes in Instagram posts, and they announced it by the ringing of the bell in the company. So another example is when Ben cleared the table which is in mess. Jules appreciated him and told all the workers to congratulate him by giving a round of applause. So you can confirm that even a small thing that happened in the company will notice and appreciate where it serves as motivation to the employees are being recognized. There is also a situation where Ben helped Becky, who is Jules' personal assistant, by listening to her complaint, assist in her managing workload, and ensuring that she is given more credit. So she felt more motivated to continue her job in the company. So for the self-actualization needs, it's shown at the beginning of the movie where Ben, who is very enthusiastic, applied for the senior intern program at the company. She tried to help the youngsters in the company, even though his age already reached 70 years old. Ben thought that the experience of an old person who is in industry for a long time can achieve something while working in the company. It can be said that even after retirement, Ben feels that isn't all, and he still wants to achieve something which part of his self-fulfillment. So that can be said one of self-actualization for Ben in the movie. That's all from me. Thank you.
The third topic that related to this movie is leadership. This movie is related to leader-member exchange or LMX theory. This theory suggests leaders and followers have unique relationships that vary in quality, and these followers comprise in-groups and out-groups. Subordinate with in-group status will likely have higher performance rating, less turnover, and greater job satisfaction. Ben Whitaker, a retired employee, decides to challenge himself in getting back in the world of business again by becoming an intern for a company. His new boss, Jules Austin, decides to expand the CEO-worker relationship between the both of them. In the end of the movie, Jules was really impressed about the things that has positively changed in her company. That was because of the efforts and performance of Ben, which eventually result to the hiring of Ben in the company. Furthermore, leadership that related to this movie is authenticity. Ben required to film a video job application for his internship, and it's his authenticity that shine through. He's brutally honest about his strength, his weakness, and his values. This authenticity shows through in everything he does at work. He is not afraid to be himself in the modern workplace of internet commerce, sporting a classic briefcase and being the only one to wear a suit and tie. Besides that, initiative leadership. When Jules fails to give him any work, he makes himself useful. He learns new skills from his colleagues, find out what they do, and looks for opportunities to help them. He also notices what needs doing and gets it done without fuss. For example, Jules is constantly frustrated by an overloaded desk that has become dumping ground for colleagues around the office. Mentoring also a part of leadership topic. With an office full of young people, Ben becomes an informal mentor to many of his new colleagues. He dispenses dating and fashion advice to colleagues Jason and Louis. Most of all, he becomes subtle mentor to Jules herself, encouraging her to resist her boss's effort to have her recruit a CEO and helping to build her confidence when needed. The last one is creating a great place to work. Ben is one of those invaluable employees who, through hundreds of small daily actions, helps create a great place to work. He is the eyes and the ears of the office. He supports his colleagues wherever he can and takes time to find out what makes them tick. He helps them get recognized for their contribution and brings a sense of calm and experience to a frenetic office environment and making the workplace better for everyone. With society getting older and many people working longer, the intern makes a positive statement on the role of older people at work. The value and experience they can bring. Ultimately, is a film that celebrates the positive potential of work at any age to play a major role in a happy, fulfilling life, and how your attitude to work plays a major role in fulfilling your potential.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So now we move to the next section, which are favorite characters in the movie. So our first favorite character in this movie is Ben Whittaker. Ben is one of the main characters in the film The Intern by Robert De Niro. Ben was a retired hard worker from a bygone era struggling with life on his own after his wife died only a few years before. He's a gallant and compassionate older man in his 70s who is genuinely living his after-retirement life until he notices a flyer offering him a senior intern position at about the fig under the wing of a young entrepreneur, Jules Austin. During his internship, Ben also exposes the ideas of 1950s employees which are enthusiastically embraced by his co-workers as he is painstakingly proves himself as an older worker. Ben is a wonderful example of someone who has a healthy work-life balance since he separates his day properly and does not become overly obsessed with his work. He's also very professional in doing all of his tasks since he genuinely wants to be a hub of his employer. Yet he doesn't rush because he could be a bother to his superior. However, he discreetly demonstrated his competence and alertness until his boss recognized him as an exceptional worker. He may appear to be as perceptive as Jules, who previously wanted him to move to another team, but he does not overstep his bounds as a worker. For example, even after learning that his superior's husband was cheating on her, he kept his tongue tied. He acts appropriately since he is clearly an experienced professional, making him our favorite character in this film. So the second character is Jules Austin. Jules Austin, played by Anne Hathaway, is a young startup CEO of an online clothing retailer. She is a working mother with a stay-at-home dad husband who runs a rapidly growing firm. He is a self-assured, confident and hardworking entrepreneur who also provides for her family. She represented a busy lady, a mother and a wife who was responsible for moving everything around her forward. She gave the image of a workaholic since she liked to keep her pace quick and constantly working overtime. Jules tried to fulfill her responsibilities as a boss, mother and someone's wife, but the day was actually short for her, and she was forced to deal with her household concern as the narrative progressed. Her husband was cheating because he didn't feel direct love from his wife, but Jules being a full-fledged businesswoman was actually his idea. Jules is everyone's ideal boss, since she is people-oriented and keeps her staff close to her. Despite having the highest position as the CEO of her firm, she welcomed advice and opinions from her co-workers. She may be a workaholic, but she is not a heartless mother since she fulfills her emotional responsibilities as a mother. She greeted her daughter when she returned home while spending the morning with his daughter. Of course, as a young CEO, she bore the whole burden, but she never sighed and regretted her decision to establish a business. She maintains her pace as a CEO while having a personal crisis, making her an inspirational and our favorite character in this film. So there are actually many interesting characters in these movies, but last not least, we choose Becky as our favorite character in this movie. So Becky is Jules' office manager, and as usual, a manager is always the busiest. She may appear to be miserable, but she is also an excellent individual worker. Consider completing all the hard work, but never being acknowledged by your superior. Isn't it a little stressful? But Becky, on the other hand, literally surveys her employer all the time. She is a recently graduated employee who is attempting to gain credit from her supervisor, Jules Austin. So there's a scene when she's envious of Ben because she feels no one appreciated her hard work, yet she's the backbone of her boss' schedule, even if it's behind the scene. Don't get me wrong, Jules did not dismiss her hard work, but she never expressed it aloud. So Becky felt insecure and had no idea that Jules genuinely cares for her. So therefore, she is a powerful side character in this film.
I will continue with the lesson that we learn from this movie. First is never late to learn something new. The main character Ben in the movie is a 70-year-old retired who is full of life and is always exploring new things. He gets an opportunity to work as a senior intern in a booming online fashion site. The new technology does not scare Ben. He learned from the scratch how to use a computer with the help of his younger colleagues and his grandson, who explains him the meaning of USB. He has a childlike enthusiasm, learn a new thing even at the young age of 70 years. He understands the importance of embracing the latest in the field of innovation and honor to energy and creativity of the younger generation who are driving today's tech economy. Like Ben, we should be willing to change with the changing time and should be willing to come out of our comfort zone to explore the wonder of the new age world. The second one is healthy habits are the key to success. Ben has a healthy habit in his daily life. He goes to bed by 10 p.m. and work out at a regular time. He also exercises regularly. His favorite being Tai Chi. Regular sleep schedules allow the body to get a proper amount of sleep, regenerate and strengthen the immune system. Likewise, regular exercise helps the strengthening and improving a body function no matter whatever the age. Healthy habits are very important to the success of an entrepreneur. And the third one, the role reversal can be great. The female protagonist, Julius, is the owner of the booming online fashion store. She embodies the millennial enthusiasm, work on hours, often forget to eat, and is a doting mother. Her husband, a stay-at-home father, is her big support and help her manage the household chores. They do have a little hiccup in their relationship, which they sort out beautifully. With changing time, it is important to understand that both men and women have equal responsibility toward the upbringing of the family, a society, and that might means women taking over the traditional men roles and vice versa. The last one, no one can understand your dream better than you. Julie's company at 18 months old has already achieved its 5 years goals. But the investors are concerned about her ability to scale and recommend hire a CEO. No person and definitely no entrepreneur is perfect and need to learn from their own mistake. However, at the same time, no one can have a better vision about your company than you do. So instead of giving up on your dream, it's best to believe in the magic and have an undying faith in your dreams and your goals. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good times.
It's moments like this when you need someone you know you can count on. Because you're my...
Intern.
Well, I was gonna say intern/best friend.
Look and learn